Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to be showing you how to replace the dome light in your 2002 to 2005 Mercury Grand Marquis. So the reason we're replacing this today is if you see here you have two buttons on the back. These are for your reading lights on each side. So if you see, passenger side works just fine. Driver side, however, the switch is broken. Now inside these little switches there's a rocker and a little ball that allow this to switch on and off. That rocker and ball have broken off inside of this switch. I took this little switch off, I just pried it off, and it's all that inside of there. So what I'm going to show you today is I haven't seen any of these on YouTube, so I'm going to show you today how you're going to take this whole case off and replace it with a new one. I picked this up at the junkyard this morning. Very simple and easy to get off, easy to replace, so that's what we're going to show you here today. Only things you're going to need are a flathead screwdriver to pry off, if you can get it to focus there, pry off this lens cover here. You'll see the little cutout right there. And you'll need a Phillips for the screws that are inside of this. So let's go ahead and get our flathead screwdriver out here. And we are going to pry this little casing off here. So all you got to do is just go inside of here, work it out, and it just falls off. Okay, so now if you look up inside of here, you have 3 Phillips screws. It's not going to focus very well. There we go. So you have 2 here and 1 up by the main bulb there. You want to go ahead and take those out. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and set this up. Hopefully you can still see, but we're going to go ahead and take those off. So let's go ahead and get our Phillips screwdriver out here. This is very simple to do, easy. You just take these out. Okay, so there's one. There's 2. I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit bigger head here because that's a little bit too small. We'll get this one here. And now you're going to take number 3 off. Don't need any special tools for this. Very simple and easy. Takes you about 5 minutes. The reason I had taken that black switch off was to see if I could just replace the switch, which you can, but it's a little bit more difficult because you have to make sure you keep that ball and that rocker piece intact, which a lot of times that doesn't go. So you can see there, I went ahead and left the 3rd screw still in. Didn't have to take it all the way out. But you see it just pops off. And then over here, you've got a harness, wiring harness. If I can get the focus here. Wiring harness that connects the wires to the lights. So all you have to do for that is just take your flathead screwdriver and just lift that off there. So we'll go ahead and set this back up here. Alright, and that came off. So here's the old one. And you can see that's just a little harness. Okay, so here's the old one. You can see here that works. That, however, does not. So this light we haven't been able to use for a while. This is actually my mother's car. So now that you have that off, next thing you want to do is take the new one. Make sure both these switches work. Yep. Boom. Okay? So it'll go up the same way it came down. So what you want to do first is you want to hook this up first to make sure it works properly. Like I said, I got this at the junkyard. I pulled it out of an 02 Crown Victoria. So hopefully you can see this. And we're going to go ahead and plug this in. Make sure all these bulbs and everything work so we don't have to replace anything. It looks like we may not even be able to get that in. But we're going to try. There we go. Alright. Kind of scared me for a second. Didn't think I was going to be able to get that out. Alright, so now, as you can see, get the camera back up here. So we have that installed now. So now what we're going to do is we are going to check and Voila. So that one works now. Looks like that bulb is burnt out. Nope, it works. And now let's make sure that the dome light itself in the center works. And it does. So we have all 3 lights working. So now that that's in, all you have to do is put the screws back in. So you just line this up in here. Oops. Make sure you put it in right. Sometimes lining it up can get a little difficult, but this is a fairly simple job. There we go. So now that it's in, alright. So we go ahead and put 1 screw in. Oops. Alright. Once you get 1 screw in, it's very simple. I don't know if you can see this or not, but you get the idea. You see, you just take the screws out, and you're good to go. You want to put 1 all the way in, all the way. Well, that didn't even go in. Okay. So let's see here. All parts from Ford Crown Vics and Grand Marquis are all interchangeable. So that's why this is a little bit easier. Most of them, I should say. Not all of them. So let's go ahead and get this screw in. If I can just get 1 in, we'll be good to go. There we go. There's 1. All right. So now we just got to get this one in. Nice and tight. And there you go. So if you can see, it's in nice and good now. And now you have full working lights. Alright guys, so that's all it is. Very simple, flathead screwdriver and a Phillips. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave any comments below. We'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.